Hey folks, my name is Dale Davidson. I'm with the Davidson Law Offices here in South Georgia, North Florida. I'm glad you're here today. So today we have a real interesting video, and we're talking about fair versus equal among children. So a few years ago, while discussing estate planning with a family, I shared with them the concepts of fairness versus equal among their children. And I began by defining equal. Okay, everybody kind of knows what equal means. That means everyone gets the same regardless of need. So because I like pie, and you can tell I like pie, here's the example. I've got 4 children and 1 pie. So if I want to be equal among my 4 children, each one of them gets a quarter of that pie. That's being equal. Okay? But that may not be fair, okay? And we're going to discuss the concept of fairness a little bit further here. So, fair means everybody gets what they need or deserve, versus equal means everybody gets the same. So, realize that children and grandchildren, or your heirs, whoever that may be, have varying needs, okay? And fairness is based on each person's needs to be successful and healthy. Okay? Everybody wants their children to be better than they were. Okay? So, fairness is sometimes based upon a desire or an interest. Every child is different. God has created every child differently. Everybody has different gifts and talents. Okay? But think about this. Shouldn't fairness also include love for your parents, respect for your parents, merit, hard work, and perseverance? Maybe. Okay? So let's talk about some concepts of equal versus fairness in the terms of let's talk about a family business. Okay? Let's say that we've got a family business and you have one child that has worked or come back to the family business and worked very, very hard and persevered in the family business. That child has helped you grow that business to where it never would have grown without his or her help. Okay? So, now that the business is established, you're able to take time off, go on trips, whatever. You don't have to open and close the business each and every day because you've got a child to do that. Your other children, bless their hearts, they actually they went to school also. They all got an education. Well, they're off in some big city with their careers, but your other child's sitting here at home running the family business. So, is it, in planning your estate, is it fair to split your estate equally among your 4 children when you've got one of your 4 children who's been working in that business? Okay? You can see where the concept of fairness and equality conflict. Okay? Is it fair for you to give that child who worked the family business with you that child's equity or sweat equity in the business to his or her siblings? Okay? Again, here's where fairness and equity don't play well. Okay? So it's not easy to decide, well, I've got a family business. I want to be fair among my children, but I don't want to take away what my child has done as far as building the family business. Not so easy to do with a family business to say, well, I just want to be fair among my children. Fair doesn't mean equal, and equal is not necessarily fair. Okay? So let's talk about another concept. What about the family farm? That's a business too. But is it fair to split a family farm up among the 3 children when you've had one child farming for all these years and helping you grow the business and become successful and pay for the land and pay for the equipment and do all of that, is it fair to be equal among the children when it comes to your estate planning? Meaning, you're just going to divide the property up amongst all your children. But then what happens to the child who's been the farmer of the family? Now he's a tenant to his brothers and sisters and is having to pay them rent. Okay? Is that rent going to be fair market value? Is it going to be less than fair market value? Talking earlier today, the prices of everything is going up. Fertilizer's going up. The price of gasoline is going up. Everything is going up. So farmers are going to be hit hard. Now you're going to hit your farmer child with additional cost of having to pay rent to his or her siblings just because he or she helped you on the farm for the last 20, 30 years. So is it fair to do that? We talked about a family business and we talked about a family farm. Well, it becomes a little bit harder when you're talking about the need to, what about a child who has substance abuse, drugs or alcohol, okay? Do you want to divide your estate equally among your 4 children when you know that child who has the substance abuse problem is just going to take his or her inheritance and blow it? Is it fair? It's certainly equal, but is it fair to that child who has a substance abuse? Are you, in effect, continuing to enable his or her substance abuse by giving her or him a large inheritance to go out and do whatever they need, whatever they want to do, okay? So you've already paid thousands of dollars probably in rehab and other expenses for this child. Is it fair to penalize the other children by being equal to the child with the substance abuse problems? Because if you didn't pay for all the rehab that this child went through, you would have probably had this money to be distributed to all of your children. So is it fair to be equal among your children with a child with substance abuse? Well, harder still, let's kick it up a notch, okay? Harder still is, what if you have a child with special needs? Let's say you have a child with Downs or autism or some kind of emotional, physical, mental type disability. Is it fair to leave that child out of your will? We get that a lot. Oh, well, old Dale over here, he's got Downs, but we're going to give his share to his sister over here, and she's going to take care of Dale. That doesn't work that way, okay? Because guess what? Sister may be the best in the world, but that's hard. That's hard to try to put something on a sibling to take care of another sibling who has a disability like Downs, autism, mental, physical, emotional disability. If you want to be equal, if you gave me my share, I'm the disabled child. If you gave me my share, but I was already on disability, you're going to disqualify me from disability, and you're going to make me spend my inheritance down until I have nothing left, and then I can requalify. Well, my cost of care, because I'm disabled, is much more than the average person because of my disabilities. So I'm going to run through my money in less than a year, probably. Depends on how much. So is it, you want to be equal, but is that fair to me to give me an equal share of your estate and then that caused me to be disqualified from benefits. I'm a supplemental needs child. I require a whole lot more attention and medical care than your other children. Why cut me out? But why give me a share? You see how confusing it gets, okay? So it's difficult. These decisions are hard. This is a hard video to talk about because you love your children or you love your grandchildren. You don't love one more than the other. But you got a family business. You got a family farm. You've got a child with substance abuse. You've got a supplemental needs child. You've got something there that's going to cause somebody to pull your heartstrings, okay, and say, I can't be equal here, okay? Equal stays constant where fairness changes. Remember when I talked about love, respect, perseverance? Inheritances, in my opinion, inheritances are not a birthright. They are earned through love and respect and perseverance. You may have a child who is more in need than another child because of what we just spoke about. This is what we do. Since 1992, I've been practicing law since 1992, done thousands of estate plans, drafted thousands of wills, revocable trust, irrevocable trust, durable powers of attorney. I've implemented thousands of business succession plans, dealt with children and grandchildren with drug and alcohol problems, preserved and protected family businesses, done asset protection planning, secured the assets for the elderly so they're not taken away by the nursing home, and protected the dignity of your supplemental needs children and grandchildren. It's a tough decision. We've done this. We've done this for a long time, and I think we're pretty darn good at it. So, question to you. Do you want to send the message to your children who love and respect you, who are good stewards, who work hard and persevere, those who put in the time and effort into the family, that they get a larger share of the estate, or because maybe they have greater need than the other children? Or do you want to be equal? As always, the choice is yours, okay? This is not what Dale wants. This is what you want. I'm just here to lay out the facts and lay out the questions that you should consider. You want to be fair among your children? Do you want to be equal? Equal, it does not mean fair, and fair is not equal. So if you've got any thoughts you want to add to the discussion, please feel free to leave some comments down below. We'll respond. Any thoughts, considerations you can give us, that'd be great, because we learn from our clients every day. We want to help our clients and families through these videos. Again, if you enjoyed this video, if you think it's helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. And again, be blessed.
No more whiskey, I'll have a Coke. Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story from Grandpa Joe. Let's get high.